I haven't been able to forget it, even after 10 years. The blades that covered the skies like a storm cloud, the sight of them showering down like rain, was that perhaps divine punishment to the arrogant human race? We then see our protagonist as a cameraman. He is making a live video of a streamer that is going to do a publicity stunt to gain his viewers back. Streamer is going to kill a 1-star any simian. Our protagonist is suggesting to not do it as it is a strong monster for them. But he proceeds and attacks with fire on that monster. And he also mocks the protagonist as he is not able to use any kind of magic. They thought it was dead, but suddenly it came towards them from the fire. That streamer leaves both his friend and our protagonist and leaves them and ran away. The moment when that monster was about to attack Gang Shik, he remembers the words of his father, that God is constantly watching over him and he will protect him. But then Gang Shik thinks that there is no God in this world as he is not helping him in this critical moment. But suddenly, a message appears in front of him. That viewer has increased from 0 to 1. And he moved unconsciously when he was just about to be attacked. And then another message appeared, that a certain God is puzzled. Now he can move instantaneously. And thinking that this must be a dream. The God is preparing popcorn, says again. He then finds some tools in his bag that the streamer gave him to carry. He attacks with a spear and attacks the monster from a shovel, but it didn't hurt it at all. But he then took another spear and attacked him in his butthole. The monster was hurt this time, and then he put the spear vertically, and when the monster attacked, it stuck in his stomach deep and he died. The camera was still streaming and it captured Gang Shik while doing. And the god's view count also increased to 3. And Gang Shik went viral along social media. And he also concluded that with the increase in view count of gods, he becomes stronger. And then he replied to the viewers, saying thanks for the support. And in the meantime, that streamer was caught by the police. And he thinks if his friend is alive or not. Gods were also impatient. But the injury was not fatal to her. And a rescue team arrived there. Then Gang Shik explained the viewers about the rescue and extraction of the monster's core. But then there appears a second monster called Undertox. The rescue officers says to stay ready to flee, but Gang Shik tries to save the other people as he knew its weaknesses. He finds a flamethrower in his bag, attacked the monster with it, and then he brings a fire extinguisher. The officers says to Gang Shik to be cautious, not burn the corpses and people there. He has a single goal in his mind at this moment, to secure this chance to firmly place himself as an MS. Taking vengeance for his family will never be possible as a cameraman. So he have been working hard in this industry for years, but not a single place wanted to hire a normal like him. But this is his opportunity, and explains to the viewers about his actions, why he started the fire, why he picked a fire extinguishers. But then the monster passes the girl and he knocks her with one hit. Everybody on the stream is surprised that the cameraman is rescuing the rescuer. Then the monster exits her body and ran away, and Gang Shik saved everyone. He then introduces himself as the reckless cameraman and instantly become famous. It's just the beginning for his revenge. The next day he started his stream when he was going from hospital. But there was media present there and he isn't used to media. So he run from there and reached his home, but it was destroyed by a monster. One god was bored, so he left. And when he left he could feel the depletion in his power. But then a streamer approached Gang Shik. Monster streamer Hanjo Seop. Hanjo Seop instantly starts recording to gather viewers by using Gang Shik and took a ad break. And then that streamer refers to Gang Shik as string puller and starts an argument with him and was ready to clickbait the viewers, but Gang Shik recorded all this argument live and Hanjo Seop's viewers became Gang Shin's viewers, and a god also returned to watch Gang Shik. So the gang was thinking of killing some monsters. But Hanjo Seop killed a monster and there came a second monster and attacked Hanjo Seop, and when he tried to attack Gang Shik, he ran towards an isolated place so that he can defeat the monster in an easy way. When Hanjo Seop wake up and went to see where that monster was gone, but he finds out that monster is already killed by the hands of Gang Shik. His viewers and earning graph was increasing tremendously. Hanjo Seop asks him to fight him, but Gang Shik took the advantage and started recording him. But then he made up that he was just inviting him to the collaboration hunt with the best MS in the country. Then Gang Shik agrees to his proposal. Then they reached the place and it was a girl who was the best MS. She asked him if he would join the military and that they would work together, but he politely rejects her offer. Then she comes to the main point about the investigation of buff ruse at Gimpo International Airport. They started the hunt. Gang Shik also started his stream. The viewers are also surprised that they are at the same place. God view count also increased. Bufferox buff ability. It can't be used on itself, but they are able to give all sorts of buffs to each other, and it can even overlap, so they will be dangerous. Then Gang Shik picks up a huge door, not as his shield but as a camouflage. He will also give his viewer a buff ruse horn as a gift for guessing the correct reason for this huge door. They can't detect a person behind this door as they will think it is a part of the landscape. He then attacks his first prey with the door, but one hit doesn't kills it. A second hit kills it by destroying its core. A certain god was frustrated, so he gives a donation to Gang Shik, a shovel, but it's no ordinary shovel. Its edge is very sharp. It kills the buff ruse with a single hit. God count again increases by 1. He then kills every buff ruse around him with a single hit. The 3 of them managed good, but they were at their limit. In the meantime, the reinforcements arrived. But then a certain god gets worried. Gang Shik wonders why. He still can't forget that day when his family and countless people lost their lives because of rain of hundreds of thousands of swords coming from his sky. A 5-star monster that has never been killed. A phantom that he could never forget. That same phantom arrived at the scene. Gang Shik starts laughing as he was waiting for this moment. And then he attacks the phantom with his shovel. But phantom dodges his attacks with ease. Then Phantom attacks Gang Shik, but our protagonist cannot be taken down that easily as his target was Phantom from the very beginning. Gods are also bidding farewell to him as he will not be able to kill that, and passes various comments to Gang Shik. But Gang Shik attacks the Phantom. Phantom is an intelligent monster, so seeing the special shovel of Gang Shik, he tries to run away, but Gang Shik follows him and then Sop attacks the Phantom. But the Phantom is unfazed and then he runs away because his sword count increases as his number of enemies. And because of Sop, Phantom escaped, and Gang Shik was angry. And the god count was also increased to 11. The next day he wakes up in a hospital, hearing some noises of crows fighting. And in the meantime, a certain god is bored, one impatient and one unhappy, and are suggesting to leave the hospital and go on adventures. And then he wonders what happened when he was getting rested. Null Blade was no joke. Hunters like Josiop got annihilated in an instant. Without the powers of the gods, he would have died, unable to do a thing. Then he wonders where his belongings and sponsored shovel is. A certain god was surprised that it took him so long to look for it. And then he starts his stream. Chad is eager. Donations were also made. He is now more famous. And he then tells them his story and also that he is not a superhero. And not to give up hope either. But then a doctor enters the room saying he is not normal and praises him that he is impressive and he faced that monster head on. And proceeds to say that he will do anything to cure him if he have any illness. And also a lot of big shots want to dissect him. Gods also says to him to destroy them who tries to dissect him. And then he asks where his shovel is. Doctor then gives him a monster core. Cores are used to determine if a person is superhuman or not. But Gang Shik had already tested it when he was a child. But then the doctor says that it can be possible that he can resonate with a monster core that is not dead yet. In other words, the core of the Phantom. Gang Shik asks if he can be discharged now. Doctor says he can, but he have to come back in a month, and that he will search for a core that suits him. And then he notices the shovel there, but it was not there just a moment ago. Yes, this is the work of gods. And the gods also passes various comments to go on an adventure. And viewer count is 12. Gang Shik then goes to place known as Monster Bureau. It is an international organization which was created to stand against monsters. And there he can also sell the after spoils of a battle. He reaches the counter to get his reward. The receptionist got surprised he is the MS camera guy. Everybody startles and looks at him. Gang Shik asks about the payment of the monster parts from his recent hunt. Then a guy approached Gang Shik, saying he is a scammer. Gang Shik gets frustrated and start his stream to record them. They got scared and ran away. The viewers are also eager to watch him, as he is everywhere on the social media and wonders what he will do next. He then receives his reward. His reward was not what he expected. It was less than the actual amount. And his shovel is also not mentioned on the list. He pointed the camera towards the staff members and questions them. And then the assistant manager arrives there and explains Gang Shik that his reward deduction is because it was sent to the hunters that were lost on battle day. Gang Shik then says that it's not his problem, as the bureau should pay for that cause. In the meantime, a higher official named Park Jinching arrives there. Gods are also saying them stingy and to take down the place. That officer is one of the few that faced the first invasion and survived, and he is the psychological pillar for the new generation of hunters. Officer says, "That do you think that they managed to survive till now solely because of Gang Shik's abilities?" Gang Shik laughs and says that the day his family was slaughtered, not a single person helped him. And in fact, the government fired a missile strike where he lived. And with modern weapons, they weren't able to scratch it. And in the end, one-on-one being the only answer to it was proven on his stream. The officer says that the response back was wrong, but if the same response was repeated, then another tragedy will happen. Gang Shik says him to butt out, and proceeds to say that he is a normal. Officer gets shocked that he is just a normal, and he fought with no blade. And then Gang Shik speaks to the assistant manager that he will just take one horn of a buff ruse and his shovel, and not to pull any funny tricks on his shovel. The assistant manager got shocked that how he have Himosu. It was in their research lab. Himosu is a name given by them to the shovel that struck Null Blade's chin and that on one of the great founder. And then the assistant manager says the manager will take care of his rewards. And then there arrives Uilm. Yes, the same streamer which we were introduced at the earliest. And he challenges Gang Shik and says that he can't stand it. Gang Shik was his camera lackey, and he drove away Null Blade. Gods also shows some faint interest and prepares popcorns. Uilum says that it's because of his shovel that he is powerful now. Everyone agrees with Uilum, but Gang Shik is not affected by his words, rather. He says that he got balls to bet on his life to say that. Uilum says, don't make me laugh, but he is scared out of his wits. Then Gang Shik says, let's do a one-on-one. He will not use his shovel, and Uilum will not use his core. And all this was on live. Gods are also excited about it. Then Gang Shik says that he can use his core. He himself will not use his shovel. Uilum is now confident that he will win now, so he attacks him, but Gang Shik dodges his attack with ease. It was Uilum's plan, so he releases his most powerful attack on Gang Shik. Gang Shik dodges the second attack as well. Uilum and the viewers are shocked that he is not affected by the fire, and Gang Shik punches Uilum, and he knocked him in a single punch. Gods are also refreshed by seeing his revenge. Everyone is shocked, and then Gang Shik says to his viewers that it concludes his teaching Ilum real-life lesson, and also the prize of that horn will be mailed to Miss Thumbelina, who won the question last week. And then a twin-headed baby Croakle came and sits on his shoulder. Twin-headed Coracle can tell the surrounding fortune by his two heads, that his right head is for good luck and left for bad luck. The assistant manager again approaches Gang Shik, saying sorry for all their mistakes and that they will provide to cover his expenses, and will provide him with housing. And suddenly the left side of Croakle speaks, and Gang Shik wonders what is about to happen here. That's it for today, guys. Comment part 2 if you want the next part, and don't forget to subscribe for more recaps. Thanks for watching.